Please help me reach 1,500 subscribers. If this story resonates with you, support the channel with a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. It was late Thursday night, the kind of hour when the world feels muted and half asleep. The house was quiet, heavy with the kind of silence that presses against your chest. "I'm exhausted," Emma said again, never lifting her eyes from her phone. The words stung, even though I'd heard them countless times before. I nodded anyway. I always did. I forced a smile she didn't notice and turned off the television. Another night added to the growing list of not tonight and maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow had become a promise that never arrived. 5 years into our marriage, I knew the pattern well. We went to bed together, yet lived miles apart. She scrolled endlessly or flipped through pages while I stared at the ceiling, pretending not to measure the space between us. At first, I told myself it was normal. Work stress, responsibilities, life weighing us down. That's what adulthood looks like, right? But after months of the same excuse, doubt crept in quietly. I began asking questions I was afraid to answer. When did we stop touching? When did warmth turn into routine? When did I stop feeling wanted? I knew Emma still cared, just not the way she once had. Somewhere along the way, she began retreating inward, brick by brick, until I found myself standing outside walls she never invited me into. The more distant she became, the harder I tried. Flowers showed up for no reason. I planned dinners, movie nights, small surprises. I left notes, bought gifts, whispered I love you whenever I could. Nothing changed. Every effort felt like knocking on a door no one planned to open. That night, when she said she was too tired again, I didn't argue. I didn't push. I turned toward the edge of the bed and told myself I'd give her space. I closed my eyes and waited for sleep. It never came. The silence stretched until suddenly, the doorbell rang. It was far too late for visitors. Before I could move, I heard Emma's voice downstairs, followed by another voice I recognized instantly. Jenna. Her best friend. They'd known each other since high school. Close in a way that always felt just a little deeper than friendship. Every time she visited, I felt like I was watching a bond one could never quite reach. I tried to ignore it. I really did. But curiosity won. When I stepped into the living room, Jenna was already on the couch, laughing as Emma talked. The sound hit me harder than I expected. It made me feel like a guest in my own home. "Hey," I said, forcing an awkward smile. Didn't expect company this late. Emma barely looked up. Jenna did. Her eyes lingered a moment longer than normal. Something about it made my chest tighten. It had been a long time since anyone had really noticed me. "What's going on?" I asked lightly. "Just catching up," Emma replied, as if that explained everything. It didn't. There was something beneath the surface, something I couldn't name but could feel. Jenna leaned forward, her smile playful, her voice softer. "You should sit with us. You seem distant lately. Maybe you need a little fun." I laughed it off, but my pulse betrayed me. Whether it was her words or the way she said them, something inside me shifted. As the night went on, I tried to blend into the conversation, but Jenna's glances kept finding me. They weren't obvious, just frequent enough to matter. Each one felt deliberate. Eventually, Emma headed upstairs to get ready for bed. Suddenly, it was just Jenna and me. "Are you okay?" she asked, her voice gentle now. I hesitated. I didn't want to say it out loud, how empty I felt, how disconnected my life had become. But she studied me like she already knew. "You look worn down," she said softly. "Like you've been carrying everything alone." Something in me cracked. "I feel invisible," I admitted quietly. "I don't know when it happened, but it feels like I don't exist to her anymore." Jenna didn't interrupt. She just listened. Then she reached across the space between us and placed her hand over mine. "You deserve to be seen," she said. "You deserve to feel wanted." Her words settled deep in my chest, easing a weight I didn't realize I was still carrying. I knew it was wrong to feel comforted by her touch. But in that moment it felt real. "Thank you," I whispered, unsure what I was even thanking her for. She leaned closer. "You deserve more than what you're getting." My heart raced. I should have pulled away. I should have stopped it right there. But loneliness has a way of making people reckless. Then the stairs creaked. Emma stood there, frozen, her eyes moving from Jenna to me. Confusion flickered across her face. Jenna pulled back immediately and stood up. "I should go," she said quickly, forcing a smile. "I'll see you both later." Emma said nothing as the door closed, but the tension stayed behind, thick and unresolved. That night, we lay in bed facing opposite directions. Sleep never came. All I could hear was Jenna's voice echoing in my mind. "You deserve to feel seen." And that's when I realized something that scared me. I wasn't just craving attention anymore. I was starving, for connection, for warmth, for something real. I wasn't tired of the silence. I was tired of waiting for it to change.